Welcome back, student. Now I will tell about the Carnot vapor cycle. In your mind, you can imagine why it is known as vapor cycle. Why it is not a gas cycle? Because there are two types of cycle. One is vapor cycle. One is gas cycle. Okay. In vapor cycle, obviously the working substances must be in a gas form, in a liquid form, and their phases changes to vapor state. In gas cycle, the working substances as a gas, but in vapor cycle the working substances can be gas or liquid. You can go through the notes that I have given you earlier. Okay. In Carnot vapor cycle, there are four things are very major. First one is the boiler, turbine, condenser, or compressor. Here in this part, if we can put any compressor or any pump or any feed water pump, you can consider anyone. Okay, but the major four accessories are there: boiler, turbine, condenser, and compressor or pump or any feed pump. Here we can see that the process 1 to 2, we can say that it is a reversible adiabatic expansion, because after the heat is supplied inside the boiler, the state of the liquid changes from vapor state, or it is in a steam state, or whereas we know that the steam can be wet, saturated, or superheated. Here after the water is being heated inside the boiler, the state of the water changes into steam or vapor. Here the steam gets become superheated and the temperature becomes very high. So this steam, while it is in superheated position, then it strike to the turbine, in which inside the turbine there are many blades over there, in which they try to strike over here. So while entering into the turbine, the blade starts get moving, and the shaft over here gets some power. So here the work output takes place, because it is a reversible adiabatic expansion. Why we are saying this one is a reversible process? Because here from stages 1 to 2, every point is in equilibrium position, because every reversible part is a equilibrium part, and we know that every equilibrium part, it is in a, what we can say, that it is in thermal equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium, and it is in a chemical equilibrium. So in turbine, here the work output, but inside the turbine, while work is being output, the work is considered as a positive work done. Okay, after the steam is being heated or strike between inside the turbine, whatever the steam gets utilized over here inside the turbine, it's get generated through the rotor, and here we can produce the electricity. Okay, remaining heat, it gets gradually condensed to the condenser, means inside the condenser there are some of them having the cooling tower. Okay, but we know that if any, here the state, whatever the state over here, it gradually drops inside the condenser, means the temperature becomes low, and inside this pressure of vapor or steam gradually decreases, means the after the condenser, the pressure becomes over here and the volume becomes over here remains constant, because it is an isothermal compression heat rejected, because here the pressure and the volume remain same, only the phases changes, means it is in the dry saturated becomes saturated over here. Okay, saturated over here, or liquid state. Here it will be vapor state, here liquid, and here will be liquid plus vapor. Okay, here will be liquid, here liquid plus vapor, here vapor and liquid. See, this one, the process 2 to 3, you can say that it is an isothermal compression or heat rejected, because for the cooling process we need the heat must be rejected from the conditioner, therefore the Q is being Q out. Okay, similarly in the process from 3 to 4, it is known as reversible adiabatic compression, because here the state of the working substance, that is in a liquid state, it is being stored inside the compressor. Another one thing I want to tell you, that here before the compressor there is some pump, some feed water storage over here. Okay, feed water storage over here, because while before coming from the condenser, the state of the working substance from changes its stage from vapor to liquid, so it has been stored over here. Then this this liquid has to be compressed so that it can gradually goes to the boiler, or it has to be pumped, or you can say that pumping of water takes place. Here the pumping of water takes place, in which the water can be easily goes to the boiler. Again the heat will be again added over here. This liquid again converted into vapor. That vapor will be in very further heated, it can become superheated, so that this superheated steam again strikes to the turbine. So this 4 to 1, you can say that it is an isothermal expansion with heat added, and 4 to 3 you can see the reversible adiabatic compression. Now these are the 4 diagram of PB diagram, TS diagram and pH diagram. Okay, or you can say that, sorry, it is an HS diagram. Sorry. Look at the picture carefully in the PV diagram. Here point 1 is point 1, 2, here the WT, here WC or WP. Okay, pumping, or here is work output in the turbine, work done on the pump. Here work done by the turbine, here work done on the pump, so the work output is the negative one. Here work done by the turbine, here is the positive one. Here you can see the Q is being added and Q out is already here. But there are the 2 temperature limits over: high temperature, then low temperature, because from 4 to 1 means this 4 to 1 in the case of boiler means it is the position of the boiler. The heat is being supplied. After heating, this liquid stage becomes vapor or steam, or here the steam becomes in a higher temperature. This steam gets strike to the turbine, means this one, this point 1. Then it is adiabatically expansion takes place. Adiabatic expansion takes place means no heat exchange or heat transfer takes place. Gradually only the work can be done. So work is done by the turbine. Then the temperature becomes low, gradually decreases, and the pressure volume over here becomes constant. Even over here the pressure also and volume also constant. This pressure and volume is becomes constant over here, but here 2 to 3 you can see that is a condenser. We need the heat can be rejected, heat has to be rejected, because here the cooling station takes place, means the vapor has to be converted into liquid stage. Okay, so the heat has to be rejected. This heat, while rejected from this system, then we see that we can say that it is the isothermal compression with heat rejected, means the heat has rejected over here. From 3 to 4 you can see that gradually the pressure also increases from P3 to P4, because here have to do the pumping work done. Okay, therefore the pressure and the volume also increases. And here the process, we can see that it is an adiabatic compression, so no heat exchanges or any heat transfer takes place over there. So here pumping of work done, so work done on the pump, so the work sign is in the negative sign. So you can see the plot in a TS diagram, because these all are the isothermal I have written here, so this must be in a straight line. Okay, so here Q in, Q out, but I have already told that this one, the reversible adiabatic and reversible adiabatic expansion, here is reversible adiabatic compression. Here reversible adiabatic expansion takes place in between 1 to 2, therefore their entropy becomes equal, so S1 is equal to S2. Similarly 3 to 4, it is a reversible adiabatic compression, therefore the entropy becomes constant, S4 is equal to S3. Similarly you can see through the HS diagram. In HS diagram you can see the H1, you can plot the, I have done this dotted line because the H1 is taking the major areas over here, means the enthalpy of H1 is very high over here. Similarly H2, something latent of heat is over here, that latent of heat is H2 is greater than the S3 because it's taking the large this much area of this. Again H3, it is below to the H2, therefore it is taking this much area of heat. Similarly H4, it is greater than the H3, therefore it is taking some this area of heat. So you can gradually see in HS diagram which point you can see the having the highest part of the latent heat or lowest part of the latent heat. Here is the highest peak of latent heat, here is the lowest part of the latent. So H3 is the smaller one than the H1. H1 is taking the this much area of this graph. As it is in entropy plot diagram, so S1 is equal to, S3 is equal to S4, here S2 is equal to S1. Q in, Q2, it is an constant pressure line or constant temperature, as I have written isothermal here over here. From this three diagram we can say that Q at or Q in, TH, because it is a TH, S1 minus S4, S1 is greater than S4, that's why I have written S1 minus S4. Q out, TL, this one is Q out, TL. Similarly this part of heat is greater than this one, therefore S2 minus S3, but you know that S2 is equal to S1 and S3 is equal to S4, so you can write it as S1 minus S4. You can easily calculate the net work done in the cycle or net heat, that is equal to Q in minus Q out, or net work done is equal to be WT minus WP or WC. Okay, so the efficiency of the Carnot cycle is TH work done by the net work done by the heat supplied, TH minus TL, we can take the common this one of this, so NC is equal to 1 minus TL by TH.